But I want Trevor on the channel because many people know how much knowledge he has in the industry, and I wanted to give a breakdown for you guys. If we're gonna do a SARMs only bulk and SARMs only cut, what Trevor's opinion would be for the best cycle for SARMs only. So let's start with bulk, Trevor. What would you recommend?
How many weeks do we got, and is there any a specific thing that's gonna, like a competition or function or photo shoot?
Let's just say the average gym goer trying to put on as much muscle as fast possible. Time of length, 8 to 12 weeks. Is something standard.
Okay, so I would just approach it similar to a cycle. Keep something in the system, keep something in your system that's anabolic, and then kind of hit it in spurts or blasts, per se. So let's say you keep an LGD in your system. You have roughly 48-hour half-life or 24 hours, so it rolls into 2 days. And you would keep something like this as your base component, kind of like a testosterone. You could do this interchangeably with kind of ostarine as well. And then what I would do is, like, pre-workout is when I would add something else that's a little stronger, like a YK11. Doing something like this gives you the benefit. It's kind of like a spike when you say blasting. That's not really the term, but a kind of anabolic spike, if you will, pre-workout. And when this happens, you're not doing it for such a long period of time where your body adapts to it. So you're giving it a spike when you need it. You can take advantage of the myostatin inhibition, and then afterwards you go back to normal. But you have the LGD is still in your system.
And then let's say for the SARMs only cut cycle, let's do a more advanced one, someone that's cutting for a competition phase.
This is going to be tailored around someone's diet. What I would do is typically I kind of have them eat more and more as they go into a show. And I would start with some kind of heavier compounds, or I'm sorry, finish with some heavier compounds. So usually I kind of do the opposite approach, but for the most part, I can give a good example of something anyone could do, and it would work for my clients as well. And it would be something, I would always keep the base S23 on the cut cycle. And to this day, I really don't know of many compounds that could hold on or spare muscle tissue as well as this is doing on diets. It's kind of like the Primabond in a sense. I've seen some miracles what it can do. So that being the base compound that you're going to run every day, and again, dosages on the S23 are going to kind of, I like to keep them a little bit higher, and I get a little bit more off the more I take of this certain compound. So say around 50 milligrams would be the highest, or would that be more so intermediate? 75 being a very, very high dose, but very effective when it comes to sparing the muscle tissue. Something you would run alongside of it would be like a Rad 140. And these two is something you can go all the way up until the show, maybe replacing one with an S4 in the last 2 weeks, up to 7,500 milligrams.
And then let's, just for fun, I guess, if there's any females that are going to watch this video, is there any SARMs at all you'd recommend for females? What would be too extreme or too mild, or what you think?
I don't think I've ever seen a girl respond better to any steroid or any drug for that matter than Rad 140. I would keep her on that all the way up into the show. That and the S23, that's something you can kind of interchange. So one day you take an S23, next day you take a Rad 140. Next day you can even take off, because they do build up, and that's when side effects happen in females. So rotating compounds for females, or days on and off, it's probably the most important approach females can do with SARMs. Because I'm finding SARMs to be, I mean, steroids are outdated with women now. They should just kind of be tossed out. What you can do with S23 and Rad 140 to a female client is amazing. It's incredible. So it's those two. You run all the way into a show, really.
My question would be, are those two, I guess, anabolic for females? Where, say if they ran it and didn't do the time off like you're talking about, would they run into what type of side effects pretty quick?
Yeah, so the S23, they can have some pretty harsh androgenic side effects. However, that's why I take those days off, because what you can get from that S23, again, I can't really find anywhere else. The Rad 140 though, that one is so anabolic with, I mean, you get side effects mentally, some females, but aside from that, you're not getting the androgenic effects like spiralization, you know, the acne, things like this that you would like an S23, but you're getting the same androgenic effect when it comes to strength, when it comes to, you know, mental motivation, or Yeah, mental motivation, or would you say focus, pretty much, kind of like a nootropic effect.
Thank you, Trevor, for coming on. As well with Tony, guys, if you need any more questions answered or anything along those lines, Trevor has his social media. I'll link it on the screen.
Food.
Yeah.